We're expected to win the World Series this year. This is World Series or bust. This is no longer playing around. We're paying a guy $320 million to play in the city. And we're expecting championships. We haven't won in 11 years now. This is no longer going to stand in the New York sports universe, losing all the time. New York Rangers, Islanders, Giants, Jets, Knicks, Nets, we all suck. And the fact that the Yankees are one bright spot, everybody is looking at us to succeed. And if we don't, it's going to be a huge problem. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of Being a Sports Talk. And today we're talking Yankees because there's been some really interesting stories about the Yankees, and I haven't really talked about them in a while, since October. Ever since we lost, I was kind of heartbroken. It was just a bad time. I want to upload these starting like every 2 weeks from now on. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload until the beginning of the season. You should expect MLB predictions coming up soon, but let's talk about Yankees now, because Severino is in the news because he's going to get Tommy John surgery, and it's a big hit to the Yankees. But before we get into that, I'm going to talk about more of that later, so you guys stick around to the end of the video. No, just kidding. We're going to talk about that now. I think it's disappointing for me. It's disappointing for Yankees fans. It's disappointing for him. And he's not going to play until like July of next year, and we signed him to a long contract. And Yankees are going to have to start thinking about that now. When these contracts start coming up in arbitration, we can no longer arbitrate with, Judge, Gleyber Torres. I'm not sure exactly how the whole system works, but do you want to pay him 10 years, $400 million total, or do you do like 3 years, $90 million, and you keep on going? Because now we learned with Aaron Hicks, he's 7 years, $70 million. Like he's hurt now. Jacoby Ellsbury, we're still paying his contract. He hasn't appeared in the game since the Astros were banging trash cans in 2017. So there's obviously a huge discrepancy about the Yankees fans right now. There's a huge debate. Like, do we pay guys short-term a lot of money, or do we extend these guys to long-term deals and make them Yankees for life? And Aaron Judge, all of a sudden, he starts getting injured again. That changes the whole entire narrative, and the New York media is going to go crazy. Aaron Judge, injury-prone. He's no Derek Jeter. Let's not lock him up. We could just trade him away or something like that. That would be unprecedented, but we have Judge's chambers. We have all these things about Aaron Judge, but all of a sudden, he gets injured again. What do we do? There's going to be a huge panic with this Yankees system. We have so much depth in our farm system. These guys are still coming up. We have the Martian. We have we still have Clint Frazier. Like he's a guy who's like, yeah, we should just like throw him out. We can get like a 7th round draft pick from him. Like, we have so much depth in our farm system that like I don't even know about, honestly. But we still consistently have one of the best farm systems in the league. And yeah, so I think there also can be a lot of tension in this team if all of a sudden we don't win. We thought we had 6 quality starters on this roster, and basically now all we have is we swapped Garrett Cole for CC Sabathia. And Paxton is hurt now, so we swapped Paxton for Montgomery. That's all we really have. Is not much of an upgrade over last year. And last year was an aberration. When you're winning, it solves everything. It's just like, yeah, you can kind of chill back. Aaron Boone won 100 games his first year, 103 his second year. Everything is great. Everything is fine. But what happens when all of a sudden you're 500 at the All-Star break and you're 5 games behind the Rays, who, by the way, have a pretty good roster this year and are expected to win around 90 to 92 games? So what happens there? Does the team completely fall apart? How good is Gio Urshela, and how good is Mike Tauchman? How good is DJ LeMahieu? They all had well exceeded their expectations last year. Gleyber Torres, 36 home runs. The ball isn't juice this year. Can we play small ball? How does the whole thing work without the juice ball? There are a lot of questions, and I think this thing could implode, but I'm a Yankees fan. I'm staying optimistic. We have the whole thing where we fired everybody on the health and wellness staff, and now we're still all getting injured. We're still getting injured. I think it's because now expectations with steroids were massive. You needed to do some certain things. You needed to do some certain exercises. But those expectations were set really high because steroids gave you an extra advantage. Now we think that our players can actually do this. We think that our pitchers can pitch so many pitches a game. We think that they can do all these stretches and all. But it's adding and wear and tearing into their body. I think we're going to learn from it. I think medical staff is going to really improve over the next coming years. But again, this is a transitional period after the steroid era. And yeah, so Joe Girardi did pretty well under scrutiny. He, especially in that last year with the 2017 Astros, the bang and everything like that. But Aaron Boone, I almost forgot his name. Can Aaron Boone do it? I don't know. I really don't. He hasn't really dealt with much adversity besides that first playoff exit against the Boston Red Sox, who, by the way, we found out cheated. So yeah, the Houston Astros are playing with house money. If we lose to the Houston Astros this year, if we lose in the playoffs, how is this team how is everything gonna look? We're expected to win the World Series this year. This is World Series or bust. This is no longer playing around. We're paying a guy $320 million to play in the city. That's what we're Yankees fans. We're expecting championships. We haven't won in 11 years now. This is no longer going to stand in this, the New York sports universe, losing all the time. New York Rangers, Islanders, Giants, Jets, Knicks, Nets, we all suck. And the fact that the Yankees are one bright spot, everybody is looking at us to succeed. And if we don't, it's going to be a huge problem. And apparently Aaron Judge now and Gleyber Torres are sticking with this Houston Astros thing, feeling like they got cheated out. He feels like he got cheated out of the MVP. No, you didn't. It turns out Jose Altuve didn't use the trash banging thing, and it didn't even help him that much. So don't play the victim here. Don't play the victim. Let's go out and win a World Series, and let's do it. Let's do it convincingly now. There's no more excuses left. What are we going to say? Oh, the Dodgers were just a better team. No, we're paying players a bunch of money. We have wealth beyond belief. Go out and win. We paid the top pitcher. We brought in the top bats. And now let's just play ball. And let's not be complacent. Let's not be like, oh, I'm just waiting for October. Because that's what naturally good teams do. That's what the Cleveland Cavaliers did. It's just like, yeah, the regular season doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden, you get complacent, and they were successful in the playoffs. That's probably a bad example, but all of a sudden they get complacent. Teams get complacent. And like the Baltimore Ravens, they got complacent. Like, yeah, we're the best team in the league, and all of a sudden you have a first-round exit because a team matches up against you. Is the MLB, the playoffs are a shit show. That's why the Yankees haven't won in a while. Because it used to be there are 4 teams in the playoffs. Yankees won one round, they're in the World Series already. That's how we got to 40 World Series. And now things have changed. Things have changed, and there are higher expectations for the Yankees now because we haven't won in 11 years. And I don't think it's going to be alright for the Yankees to lose this year. Let me know what you guys think. Realistically, I think the Yankees have around 96 wins. Again, expect a MLB predictions video for me later in about a couple weeks. I want to do a couple weeks before the season so it gets a bunch of views and a bunch of hype. But I don't want to be like too close. I don't want to have it now because I feel like I still need to see and research a couple things. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see more Yankees talk videos? And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.